over time, it was just funny how people find any reason to hate on you. And if they're hating on you because of your race, it means they can't find anything else substantial to hate on you for. So
welcome to GlowJob, the beauty podcast that's more than skin deep. We're the only podcast to make you hotter and smarter. This month, we're celebrating AAPI Heritage Month,
recognizing our Asian American and Pacific Islander community.
This week, we're kicking it off with a very special interview with creator and founder Sarah Cheung of Seichu Beauty.
And Seichu is known for their mega viral lip stains and cheek stains that literally everyone is obsessed with, even the queen Billie Eilish herself. Please enjoy this interview with Sarah Cheung.
About the short form, long form thing, I feel like you do all of them. Like you're doing every single form.
I try.
Yeah. And I think it's really impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God, of course.
I feel like podcast is like the next level though. It's so scary.
Why? Because what you do on YouTube is basically like that, kind of.
Yeah, but I do so many edits. Like you can kind of hide behind the edits when you repeat your words or stutter. But long form podcast, it's like you're putting your soul out. It feels really vulnerable.
So do you prefer doing like YouTube or like TikTok, Insta, short form?
I like all of them for different reasons, but as long as I get to watch it and edit it first before putting it out there, I'm good. Yeah.
We get to edit at least.
Yeah.
It's like a little edit.
No, but it's been interesting because we're so like self-taught with like Sasa's doing the editing, but like with even like the lighting.
I'm a video editor.
Oh my gosh.
Who am I?
Amazing. You got to wear all the hats in the beginning.
Yeah. Julia's social media queen. We're just like trying to crank it out.
CapCut all day.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So did you ever go to like school to learn those things or are you self-taught?
To learn editing?
Yeah, like editing.
They kind of taught us. So I was in this media studies class. So they taught us like kind of how to use iMovie, like very just beginner stuff. But most of it was self-taught.
Where did you go to school?
A lot of places. So grew up in Hong Kong, and then I was in Shanghai for a year, and then England for 2 years. And then I was in Virginia for 2 years, and then Texas for 2 years. And then I graduated and I went back to Hong Kong.
Hot damn.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why were you moving so much?
My parents, they never went to college, so they couldn't really figure out what's the best place to put me for schooling. So they kept arguing amongst each other, and they were very indecisive. So I just went everywhere.
Are your parents from Hong Kong?
Yeah, both of them.
Cool. What brought you to Shanghai?
So my dad is a photographer, and he would do a lot of photo shoots in Shanghai and in Hong Kong. So he was like in both cities, and he was just like, you should be in Shanghai half the time.
Oh, cool.
So I went.
Did you ever pick up Shanghainese?
No, but I got a little bit more fluent in Mandarin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you speak Cantonese?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I grew up in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
That was my first language. And I know a little bit of Mandarin, but not as fluent.
Did you have like a favorite place that you lived in when you were younger? I don't know, all of the different options.
I mean, Hong Kong's always great. The food is so good. It's so walkable. You see so much nature and so much of the city. It's really beautiful. I love the heritage of Hong Kong.
Do you ever go back?
Yeah, I go back. I try to go back once a year at least. My mom is still there. So yeah, I try to go back and visit as much as possible.
And so you moved to LA pretty recently, right? In November?
Yeah, November.
Cool. From where?
From Toronto. Yeah.
How's Toronto?
It's really great because I have all my friends and family there now. Well, some of my family there. But the winters are rough. It is so rough. You don't know seasonal depression until you've spent a winter in Canada. It's so crazy. Like everybody just hibernates. No one wants to be outside even for a little bit. Yeah, so that part I don't love, but everything else I love about Canada.
Yeah, and you definitely moved at the best time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we skipped the entire winter. That was really nice. Yeah.
How long did you live in Toronto for?
5 years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's the longest I've lived anywhere since leaving Hong Kong.
No way.
Yeah, because I moved around so much.
So you must be really good at like moving and packing then.
Oh, yeah. I moved to LA with my boyfriend. It's his first move, but I was so calm the whole time. I'm like, it's Toronto to LA. It's the same continent. Like, it's not that hard. It's the same language. Like, chill out. Just get your visa and go. So.
Wait, I love how chill you are about that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would freak out because it's technically an international move.
Yeah.
But I love how chill you are about this.
Yeah. I mean, after the 4th, 5th time, you just kind of get used to it.
That makes sense. But I remember like the first few times I would have to move, like in the beginning, like my first few years, even after graduating college, like I didn't own any furniture.
Yeah.
I would live in like furnished places, right? And all I really needed was a couple of suitcases for my clothes and my like some like trinkets.
Yeah.
But I remember when I did my first big proper move, I was traumatized. Because it's just like things like, you know, like packing up like sofas and couches, and you just don't realize like how much shit you have in your house.
Yeah. When I moved to Toronto, I had 2 suitcases of stuff, and that's like all, like everything I own. But this time moving to LA, I accumulated so much crap over the years that it's a whole truckload of stuff. So yeah, moving a lot, I think, makes me want to get rid of things. So I'm not attached to so many objects.
No, that's good. That's definitely like a healthy way.
It's healthy. I think minimalism is like a cute thing.
Yeah.
Is it practical? It's not practical for me because I accumulate a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I have so much shit.
She has like a second wardrobe like
Upstairs.
upstairs.
Oh my God. And that's already me culling my original wardrobe from New York. And I'm not even going to get into it. I find it's difficult. I wish I could be a minimalist.
Just get a storage unit.
There you go.
Yeah,
there, see?
So chill.
Yeah.
So chill. So what were you like as a kid?
I was a bit of a troublemaker.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just like always really loud, and I was a huge tomboy, like wasn't into makeup or any of the girly things, surprisingly.
No way.
Also, wait, were you an only child?
No, I have 2 sisters.
You have 2 sisters. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Older or younger?
Both. I was the middle child.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just really rowdy and a tomboy. I liked all the boy stuff. I went to an all-girls school. Yeah. And then eventually I found my way to makeup. And at that point, it was kind of like how a man puts on drag. That's how it felt when I first put eyeliner on. But it was so fun. Like, I put on a wig for the first time when I was 13. Cause like I had that mushroom haircut, you know, all the Asian kids have. No, but it wasn't cute. It wasn't like the 5-year-old like little bowl cut. It was 13 and I still had the bowl cut.
Okay.
So I put on a wig for the first time, put on my MAC eyeliner, and like felt so pretty for the first time. It was like my step into womanhood. So I never looked back after that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody always has that like first makeup product that they ever use and just will like always remember it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
for you, it was MAC.
The MAC eyeliner. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Mine was Estee Lauder.
For makeup or skincare?
Makeup.
For makeup.
Yeah, like
Interesting.
the
Okay.
old ones that like my grandma would buy, the holiday kits, right? And then she would just like give me like the whole makeup portion with all the eyeshadow palettes. But yeah,
That's cute.
what was your first makeup?
Mine was that mascara. Oh my God, I'm forgetting which brand. It's a drugstore brand, but the one that's like pink and green. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Maybelline.
Yeah, that one.
The
It's the
clear
first
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first mascara I got, and I was like, oh, this is why people do this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hooked.
It's so funny imagining you as a tomboy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you had the short hair, so I feel like that was probably like a big part of it.
Yeah.
But then at 13, things just changed.
It just changed. Maybe it's
Okay.
puberty. I don't know.
Were your sisters tomboys, or were they like girly girls? What were they like?
I think they weren't tomboys, but they weren't girly girls. They always, I think my family, like my siblings and my parents, are all very individualistic. Like they all wanted to do their own thing. So none of them are very conventional, like girly girls.
How would you describe them then?
Well, my younger sister is a video editor. She actually edits a lot of my videos. And my older sister is a photographer director. So, and my dad is also a photographer. So everyone is just very eccentric and
creative.
yeah, likes to do their own thing.
Because all of you guys are kind of working like on screen, behind the screen, et cetera. Do you think you got that from your dad?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like growing up, he would bring me to sets now and again. And my godfather is a makeup artist. So I just like grew up around a lot of it, but I never fully experienced it for myself until 13.
And then, so I don't know, I feel like my first introduction to you was like on YouTube way back in the day. So what was it even like being a creator? Like, because that was so early on.
And also, what made you want to go on YouTube in the first place?
It looks so fun. Like I never saw like Asian YouTubers or like Asian representation in beauty until I was, you know, on social media and seeing at that point, like Jenim and Michelle Phan, like
Yes.
they were my idols. I looked up to them so much and I wanted to try it out. And I always loved like editing and using a camera because I was around it. And I'm like, maybe I could do this. Like, it looks really fun. And I started out, I didn't know how much money there is in this world at all. I was just like, this looks really fun. I want to do it. So it all came from just my interest in beauty and my interest in filming things. And yeah, I just started doing it for fun.
For
really.
fun.
Yeah.
Totally.
How old were you when you first started on YouTube?
First video, I think I was 20.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Sophomore year.
Wow. Okay. Cause I feel like, I don't know. I remember when I was younger, and the same with the whole like representation on YouTube, all of my searches were like Korean eyeshadow, like tutorial, monolid makeup tutorial. Right. And it was just like, nothing was that good. I think we have a lot, like the younger generations have a lot more just like options, right?
Yeah.
For now, for like really like the aesthetic or style that they're looking for.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, it makes me sound so old when I say it, but like you kids have it easy these days. Back then, it was really hard to find a tutorial for Asian features.
Yeah. And it's so funny. Like Sasa and I were just talking about this, but we feel like the younger generations are like, they don't really have that awkward stage that I feel like I had, maybe you had with the bowl cut. Or the mushroom cut.
Yeah.
Because they're chronically online. They know how to do everything now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's probably how the Sephora Kids phenomenon came to be.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I think everyone needs a bit of an ugly phase for character development.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you grow if you don't experience an awkward phase?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you mean you're like, you're a teenager and you're pretty and you're...
How dare you?
I can't relate.
Oh my gosh. I just remember I think my grandma has like every single photo of us like still up and around. And there's just some photos of me that are so bad. They're so bad. And I'm just like, that's just like forever. I guess it's not online, thank God. But, it's at least like up on her wall somewhere.
There's always that like one photo that your family member has of you and they're like, look how cute you are. And you're like, I look fugly as shit. Why is this cute to you? And they always put it on the fridge or something. And you're like,
and it's their favorite photo.
It's their favorite photo. Of course it is.
That's so cute.
I know. Yeah.
That's how much they love you.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what you're talking about regarding like not seeing a lot of Asian faces on YouTube until like we started seeing like the Michelle Phams and stuff that were popping up. I think what I find really interesting about your presence online is like you are obviously you're Asian and you lean into that into your beauty videos, but I feel like you do a good job of balancing like not just being like an Asian creator. You know what I mean? Like how do you balance that line of like representing but and giving light to, but also not feeling like pigeonholed?
Well, I don't know. I don't think the onus is really on me to break the box or break stereotypes. It's really on everyone else to not box me in. And I guess I was lucky because I grew up in Hong Kong and like everyone I went to school with, everyone around me were Chinese. So I never felt ostracized because of my features or my race or anything. So like when I came to the West, I saw the stereotypes, I saw those patterns, but it didn't affect me because I already developed my sense of self and my sense of confidence from growing up in Hong Kong. So I just have always wanted to be authentically myself. And it really didn't matter too much what people said about me. I mean, in the beginning, when I first started posting YouTube videos, I definitely got a lot of racist comments about like my eyes or my teeth or, all
Your
these
teeth?
things.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I had Invisalign since then, but, but like a lot of people made negative comments because of, what I looked like, but it didn't really matter to me. I think luckily because I did it at a later age. So I didn't feel that insecurity. They didn't like elicit that response from me.
Oh, for sure. Cause I think something like that I've always felt is like, I think I was like one of 3 Asian kids growing up and Sasa was definitely the same. And so it's like when you're kind of going through that age, I'm always thankful that I wasn't online when I was a teenager because that's brutal. But at the same time, it's like, you don't really know, like you can't really do your makeup the same way as your other girlfriends are doing their makeup, right? Because it's just not going to look the same on them and not really suit your own features. So I think it's just, it must be nice having built a sense of self before dealing with that.
Yeah. I mean, I really empathize with like the Asian American experience of being the only Asian girl in a white community. It's definitely a different experience. So I totally get that, but it's just, I guess I was lucky in that way.
How did that feel? So having grown up in China and in Asia and being not being singled out, right, by race, and then coming here and, like you said, you first experienced some like really racist comments. What was that sort of like culture shock feel like?
At first, it was a little bit like, damn, like people are really mean about this. And it won't be like girls. Like girls are always very supportive in my comments. It's almost always men for some reason. Like, why did you click on this makeup tutorial just to say this about me? Like, what are you doing with your life? But I just found it funny. Like in the beginning, it was a little hard, but like over time, it was just funny how people find any reason to hate on you. And if they're hating on you because of your race, it means they can't find anything else substantial to hate on you for. So
true.
It's fine.
Fair point.
Yeah.
You started kind of earlier on in YouTube. Compared to like how YouTube is now, does it feel different?
For sure. I think back then everyone was looking for beauty content on YouTube, but I think TikTok surpassed YouTube's watch time overall, and more people are going to TikTok to look for beauty recommendations and product reviews. So people are definitely more driven to watch short form content. So you're always just evolving and keeping up. But I do like that back then people are a bit more tutorial focused and technique focused. And sometimes I just can't get everything I need to say out in like a 30-second TikTok. So I do miss that part of YouTube back then.
I feel like you're still active on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm back now. I took a little bit of a break, but I'm honestly just doing it for fun. Everything, like whether it's YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, when I can do it out of like my true passion and not because like some brand or anyone is pressuring me to do it because, oh, you need to stay consistent. When it's coming out of a place where I just want to do this for fun, then it's very easy to do no matter what platform it is.
Feels like YouTube is like your safe space for being authentic.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've also built a really good sense of community on YouTube. Was it kind of intentional or organic?
I think it was organic. Well, the first 2 years I was on YouTube, I was on a student visa in the US, so I couldn't work. So I can't monetize my content at all for the first 2 years. And I think that was really a blessing because I didn't have to worry about being brand safe or what anyone thought of my content. It was just me talking to a camera, talking to the audience. And I think that builds a sense of trust between us because I don't have any obligation to any brand. I'm just speaking to you directly. So I think that foundation of trust was really important. And I try to carry that through, even though now I have to take some brand deals and sponsorships. I try to still have that genuine connection with my audience.
That's something you like communicate to brands before you even work together?
Oh yeah. I think I turn down like 80 or 90% of brand deals that come my way because I'm very clear about what I'm looking for in skincare or makeup. And I also tell them I won't promote your product unless I have tested it out at home first. And I know that this is something I would use and I would genuinely recommend to someone because I'm very picky about ingredients and I'm very vocal about it. So if I promote something that is not what I would use, the audience knows immediately because they know how I pick my products. So
you also create really interesting content. I feel like on your YouTube channel, you have the office signer makeup and then like the Kim Kardashian makeup that was like
that was my favorite video back in the day.
Wait, that one's really good.
It was like from the Kim Kardashian from her sex tape makeup tutorial. How did you come up with that idea?
In celebration of AAPI month, GlowJob is brought to you by Fenty Beauty. We don't chase trends.
We set them.
Our beauty isn't just a part of the conversation, it's leading it.
And Fenty Beauty celebrates that.
They've created a community where every face, every culture, every story matters. And here's to AAPI Beauty shaping what's next. And here's to Fenty Beauty
for making sure the future is as bold and beautiful as we are.
The Kim Kardashian from her sex tape makeup tutorial. How did you come up with that idea?
It was more of a dare. Like I tweeted it out. I'm like, if I get 500 likes on this tweet, then I'll post it. And then
I got
500 likes so fast. And I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta do it. I like to pull from pop culture moments, like very important moments that are seared into our brains. And maybe it's not super glamorous like the Kim Kardashian makeup tutorial, but it was a moment in pop culture where everyone remembers seeing it, remember when it happened. It was such a big moment. And the makeup she was wearing is also very iconic of her time. So it's culturally relevant, even if it's not the most glamorous. So I wanted to replicate that and just do a fun tutorial because makeup is supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Honestly, so creative. The sex tape component. I was like,
I thought it was so funny. So good.
Doing the research for that was real fun.
I bet. God. But also, I feel like you are very transparent on YouTube. Like you have documented your plastic surgery journey and weight loss journey. And I'm curious to know, is that difficult to be so like forthcoming on camera?
Not really, because from the beginning, I was always very transparent. So I think if I was hiding for a long time and then I have to come out and be like, oh, I did all these things, then it might be a bit difficult. But I think it's part of my job. I mean, if you are a beauty content creator, posting about like beauty products or beauty treatments is part of the job. So I think it's important to be transparent. If you are a fashion influencer, let's say, then I don't think it's as necessary for you to talk about every little thing you do. But if you're in the market, like if you're a beauty content creator, I think it's important that you're transparent and share it. It goes back to the building the trust with your audience. You should be transparent, and that's how you build trust in any relationship.
I feel like consumers, viewers, whatever we call them, like they're just so more savvy than they used to be, right? So like even if someone, and I don't know, like cameras with like HD, you can see everything now. So if someone even goes and like gets a little lip flip, like people will notice, but then they still like deny.
Yeah.
So what's like, how do you feel about creators that still insist on just,
I mean, people have the right to say what they want to say, but like the audience also knows. So,
they know,
you know, why not just tell people, let them know which doctor you went to, like just help the girls out. Because before I get something done, I always research and look for people's experiences before, like PRP or microneedling, whatever it is. I would always look at other people's reviews. So might as well just post it, get the views, girl.
Yeah. share the knowledge,
Get the views. I love it. Then you eventually started your brand. Was that something you always wanted to do?
Yeah, I think it was always in the back of my mind that I wanted to eventually have my own brand. And actually, when I was 21, I had maybe 10K followers. I had such a small platform and I started my own brand. It's called Signature by Sarah. Those who have followed me, those who have followed me for a long time will know. Me being so stubborn and big-headed, I'm like, I could start a whole brand by myself. I don't need investors. I don't need anything. I'll just do it myself. And then I started selling this body lotion that has glitter in it and then some highlighters. And I think I eventually broke even or lost money, like something like that. But it was such a small scale, but I was just very eager to make my own beauty products because what I was doing every day is just reviewing products, talking about how things can be improved. And I just always wanted to be not in the critiquing seat, but more creating something better. So yeah, I just always wanted to do it. And even though I did it in such a small, tiny scale in the past, it was important for me to continue to pursue that path when the opportunity came in 2020.
Talk about that opportunity. Like what led to actually creating Sachu?
This brand incubator reached out to me and wanted to create, not a brand actually, a capsule collection. And I was very clear on what I wanted to make. I knew that the gua sha and roller were becoming more and more popular. And it's something I know very well because it's from Chinese culture. And I wanted to create it with stainless steel as the material. So it's more durable, it's non-porous, it's recyclable, and it just made sense. So those were the first products we came out with. And even though it was supposed to be a one-time capsule collection, it performed so well that we retrospectively created the brand out of it. And that's how Sachu Beauty was born.
I feel like I know Sachu from the like viral lip liners and the lip products. What made you pivot from the gua sha to lip?
Well, it wasn't a plan from the beginning. This is definitely not something we knew when we started Sachu Beauty. But it all started from this TikTok I posted where I used a peel off brow tint on my lips and it went viral. It got 1 million views within 24 hours. And because of the virality, it told us, okay, there is a product that can be created here. Like people resonate with this issue and we can solve real problems for people. So I took it to the team and everyone were so excited about this product. And we just decided to take a risk and launch 3 shades and it did so incredibly well. So we wanted to continue seeing what we could do in the color cosmetic space. And it's definitely not something we planned out, but sometimes you just adapt and you figure out what your brand identity is along the way. And one thing we wanted to do, whether it's gua sha or a lip liner, what we wanted to do is create products that has a tangible difference and is actually better than the products you might find on the market. So we held that philosophy through skincare and makeup. And that's how it makes sense to us and our brand.
I see that tie for sure.
Yeah.
And with the lip liner or the lip stain, it's so interesting because we always think about, so many brands, they just bring the same version of someone else's product to market, right? But you were bringing something that just had this totally new technique, kind of having to teach a whole audience of how to use a new product. And that can be so challenging for companies because I think misuse is like the number one problem. So how did you guys deal with that?
Oh yeah. In the beginning, we got quite a lot of negative reviews because people didn't know how to use it at all. And one of the most common mistakes people made is applying a lot of lip balm on their lips before putting the lip liner on. And that completely changes the formula because it has to adhere directly to your skin. So it took a lot of UGC and education and tutorials, but I think now because it's so viral on TikTok and so many people have seen how to use it before they actually try the product that we don't really have that problem anymore, which is good.
I feel like you've also had so many viral TikTok moments. What is like the wildest one you've had?
Oh my gosh. The wildest one is definitely Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was insane. We had no idea she bought the lip liner stain. It wasn't sent to her. No one knew. Wow. No one on the team knew. So we found out in real time as everyone else when she first posted. I sent the link to everyone on our team. Everyone was going crazy. And the fact that it was unsponsored, it was a really long tutorial. She showed what it looked like through with the application, and she showed how it looks after the concert. That was just completely unbelievable. And the search volume on Google for lip liner stain, like Sechu lip liner stain, went up, I think 80% that week. And we shot up in ranking on Amazon. It was just completely unbelievable.
Damn, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Speaking of the search volume going up, we did an episode on dupes recently. And I feel like for folks who probably saw the Billie Eilish video and they're Googling like, okay, like, the viral lip stain. Yeah. If you search for that on Google, we obviously see your product online, but also there are some dupes out there.
Oh yeah.
How does that make you feel?
In my early 20s, I would have been a lot more messier and called people out. But now you just kind of have to take it as flattery because it happens so much. Like every day there's a new brand that pops up that looks exactly like ours. Not only are they copying the formula, but the formula they use very unregulated ingredients. I know one brand that uses just straight up glue in their formula. Yeah, I don't stand by any brands that's not Sechu. So there's the risk of that. And then they copy the chrome packaging, they copy the ombre box packaging, and they use videos of me that we've that we've posted on our branding account and crop out the logo and then use it as their digital ads. And we have to go in one by one to report them. And even then it takes time. So it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, because I feel like every time you report one, two more pop up. So is it even worth? Does your team go through and report every single one?
Yeah, we try to, but it happens so much. You have to take it as flattery.
So you obviously are very popular on TikTok, very successful on TikTok. When the TikTok ban was happening, how were you and your team responding? Were you guys freaked the fuck out?
Oh yeah, but it wasn't news to us when it was about to be banned. We had we planned ahead of time, and we always knew that because we had such a good relationship with the TikTok creators that we work with, that we onboarded them to a third party site, and we wanted to maintain the relationship we have with them. So we know that even if TikTok got wiped out, we still have that core creator community that always supported our brand. But of course, what that impact would have been is it would have shaken things up for us for sure. So it was scary. The whole team were scared, but we were prepared. also.
Because I feel like it went dark for how long? Like a full week almost?
It's like a couple
half
days.
a day.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It was really quick.
You deleted it.
Oh,
I never
yeah.
deleted it. That's why you thought it was there.
That is so true. I did. I deleted it from my phone and then it wasn't on the App Store for a long time.
Yes.
I remember when it came back.
Yeah.
Sasa
Yeah.
was like, guess what, Julia?
Back.
Christmas came early.
Why did you delete it?
I don't know.
A lot of my friends did this. You are one of like 6 people who all deleted it when they heard the news. And I was like, why?
No,
Keep it.
because I keep my phone super organized.
Mm.
And so like if I'm no longer using an app, I'm like, okay, bye. I'll just
Wow.
maybe re-download it later.
Did you see people were selling phones with
Yes.
the TikTok app downloaded? That's insane.
So they were going for a lot of money, but not everyone was buying them because my friend literally texted me and he was like, you should sell your phone because you have TikTok. And I Googled on eBay. It was a cash grab. People were
Yeah.
trying to sell their phone for like $30,000, but no one
It
was
was
buying
crazy.
it.
Of course.
No one
Who
bought them.
would? You don't
Yeah.
need TikTok that bad. $30,000.
I know. People are crazy.
I think it's
insane.
because like people are definitely addicted to social media for sure, but it's not just that. I think they weren't too sure if the app would ever come back or whatnot. But I don't know. Did you guys ever think about going and like moving things onto Red Note?
I was already on Red Note even before the
Oh.
TikTok
That
scare.
makes sense. With
Yeah. And it's so fun. But the brand didn't really think about moving to Red Note because we don't have an established market in China yet. So it wouldn't have made sense for us, but it was really fun while it lasted. That Red Note week, that was super fun. Everyone was learning
Red Note week, yeah.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
It was
Yeah.
really funny watching like Western TikTokers trying to learn Mandarin and be like, hi,
Yeah.
say something. It was very funny.
That was fun.
What's next for Sachi? Are you guys going to expand to Asia?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. We just want to be more present in a lot of markets we haven't tapped into yet and also continue creating innovative products. We have a couple things coming out this year, so keep an eye out.
Because I know you just launched the cheek stain.
Yes, we did.
So tell us about that story and why you went from lips to cheek.
This is also TikTok. A lot of our product inspiration and brand inspiration comes from TikTok, but everyone on TikTok was putting the lip liner on their cheeks. So we thought, okay, people need a blush that lasts all day. So let's create a stain formula. It took a while because it's a completely new formula where it forms a film, but it's not a peel off. So it took a long time to get the formula completely right because you want to make sure it's blendable. But once it sets, it's waterproof and oil proof. So that took a bit of time. But once we perfected the formula, we launched it with 6 beautiful shades and people have been really loving it.
Which shade are you wearing?
I'm wearing the shade 01. I'm cute.
So cute.
I love it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it must be so different in formulating the product. Because with the lip stain, you probably want the line to be crisp, like a lip liner, but you do not want that when it comes to your cheek.
No. You want it to be blendable.
And so, when you take all of this feedback from TikTok and just the community, I'm sure they just feel so involved when they see hey, I was doing this. Now you actually made it for me.
Yeah.
That must be a nice feeling for them to have.
Yeah. I mean, it's really important to us. At the end of the day, we're creating products for them. So it's important that we listen to their feedback. And a lot of the things that we're currently working on that aren't launched yet came from them. It was we look at a lot of the comments that we get and then we pull inspiration from that too. So
Having started a brand when you were younger and then now having run a successful brand, what is one thing that you've learned that you were not expecting or unprepared for?
I wouldn't say unprepared for, but what I was not expecting is how male dominated the beauty industry still is. That was really surprising to me. And maybe I was just in my little fairy tale world, but I always assumed because women are such a huge majority of beauty consumers that we would be at least somewhat in control when it comes to founding beauty brands. But I remember one time going to a founder event and I looked around the room and 80% of the room were men, men who haven't tried their own products. And it was very odd to me. And I think it just says that there's still a lot of work to be done. And I do wish that one day there would be more of a balance where women are creating these products for women to consume because women know so much about the beauty industry. This is what we live and breathe every single day.
That's so true. And it's not even just like the brands itself, but every single other part related to beauty, whether it's like the finance side, the VC side, even like
Manufacturing,
ingredient sourcing, like the machines that make the products.
Yeah.
It really goes all the way back. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Even on the C-suite level, we're definitely seeing more of a rise of female founders in the beauty space. But when you take a look at who are the CEOs, CMOs, COOs of these companies, you're right. They tend to be mostly men who are not using blush and eyeliner and all these things. Yeah. Maybe they are doing drag. I have no idea, but not that I'm aware of.
That's what we need more of.
Yeah.
Drag.
There we go.
C-suite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm all for that.
It's like you can have a demo day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now that you've moved to LA, and like I feel like LA is like the beauty capital of the US here. We got a lot of beauty, entertainment, all that fun stuff. How has that been transitioning out here?
People have always told me so many horror stories about LA, but I haven't found that like weird part of LA at all. Like people have been so nice and so welcoming. The weather is amazing. I don't really have much to complain about when it comes to LA so far. It's only been a couple of months.
I feel like a lot of those like negative stereotypes of LA tend to come from people that aren't from LA or like, you know, the like the mean girls or whatever. Like those aren't LA girls. Those are girls that come in and try to be, you know, like be in that influencer scene, celebrity scene. And those tend to be the ones in my opinion.
I will also say, being a New Yorker, and I can own this, New Yorkers love to shit on LA. And I think it's because New York is so cold and we see how warm it is. And we're like,
no, that weather has frozen your hearts.
I know.
It's frozen, shriveled hearts.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
But LA's a really lovely place.
It really is. It depends on who you hang out with, really.
So true.
And I'm such a homebody. I'm not like constantly trying to network and like go to all the influencer parties. So maybe that's why I see the nicer sides of LA.
Yeah, you're not in that dark underbelly of the
definitely
climbing.
No.
That's good. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
like the West Hollywood like club rat scene.
Oh yeah,
that one's a little toxic.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think I'm over my club rat days.
Yeah,
homebody is good.
No, but it's so interesting because like LA has so many like micro communities within it because it's such a massive city. So I really do think that there's something for everybody out here, no matter where you're from or like what your interests are.
Also, I think I saw a video of yours that you were getting your learner's permit.
Oh yeah, I am. I still don't know how to drive.
Really?
Yeah.
So how?
It's okay. Don't worry. I was telling Julia, I didn't get my driver's license till I was 25. So like,
girl, I'm almost 30.
I was on the late side. So I was 18, which is like very late for an LA kid. And then you're 25.
Yeah.
So how are you learning how to drive?
You can't even take proper lessons until you get your learner's permit. So I just got that last week.
Wait, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's technically illegal until you get your learner's permit. So I'm going to book some proper lessons. So I'm learning properly because if my boyfriend teaches me, I'm sure he's going to pull his hair out. So
no, I completely agree. I was going to recommend that you should get a professional.
Yes.
Because there's also certain things that the professionals have. So in their special little cars on their side, like on the passenger seat, they have a brake.
Oh yeah.
And they can take over. Yeah. So, you know, you feel a lot safer. Because I remember when I first started learning how to drive first, my dad tried teaching me. He quit after a day. Then my mom tried to teach me. She quit after a day. And then we got a professional. And then, you know, it was a lot easier. Yeah. A lot less tears.
Okay.
Not that there will be tears.
There won't be tears. Don't worry.
That's just me.
But that's so funny when you're saying about the working with a professional because they have the things on the car. I'm trying to think if I had that because I took driving lessons in Chinatown in New York.
Wow, and that's so chaotic.
I know. I was like, as soon as I signed up and I was like, why did I do this? Because you have to drive in Manhattan.
Why would you do that?
And
that's
also,
crazy. He
spoke Cantonese. I don't understand Cantonese. His English was not very good. And he would just yell at me. It kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, like a track coach or something. Like when my track coach would just like yell. So it gave me a little PTSD.
Just go faster.
But I learned, and I don't know if he had the little break or not. I'm trying to think. Because I think he was just yelling at me so much.
Probably not.
But he was a great teacher because I passed my driver's test on the first try in Brooklyn. So he did something right.
Yeah. Yelling in Cantonese works.
It works.
Yeah.
It took me 3 tries. It was really bad.
Oh my gosh.
And I think... How many negative stereotypes are we fulfilling right now? No, but literally, it took me 3 tries. Because the first time I rolled through a stop sign, end of the test. Second time was a little bit trickier. I didn't really know this was a thing, but now that I've been driving, I totally get it. But I was making a turn, and as I was turning, there was a lane next to me also turning, and I turned into that person's lane. Automatic fail. But I don't know. Once you get it, you got it. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay.
You seem like a fast learner. You'll be good.
We'll see.
And so you mentioned how you moved here with your boyfriend. How does he like LA?
Oh, he loves it too. I think most Canadians, if they can skip the winter, like everything else we can deal with as long as the weather's nice. So he loves it.
Did you guys know a lot of people in LA before moving out here?
Both of us, it's mostly work relationships, but he actually has a childhood friend that he grew up with who is here in LA as well. So actually much more of a network of people here than me.
Where would you actually consider home? Would it be Toronto? Would it be Hong Kong?
I think right now, Toronto.
Okay.
Because I have gotten really close with my boyfriend's family. And every time I go back, I spend most of my time with them. And like where family is usually where home feels like to me. So right now I would say Toronto.
And then what do you miss the most about Toronto besides the people?
The Chinese food.
Oh,
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, but I haven't found the best Chinese restaurants in LA yet. And anyone, please feel free to send me recommendations. I'm still taking my time looking at trying different restaurants, but the Chinese food in Toronto is really good.
You got to go to Bistro Naz.
Okay, I will.
Try it and let me know. I
will
want to
let
hear
you know.
your unfiltered opinion because
Yes.
it's my favorite
It
spot.
looks really good. We might go tonight.
Oh,
honestly.
do it. Girl, do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap up, we like to do a little rapid fire question.
So the first one we have is F, marry, kill. And you can choose between your outfit, your makeup, and your hair.
Definitely marry makeup because
Of
obviously
course.
Beauty girl.
fuck hair, I think. Because even if your hair doesn't look that great, you can put it in a bun, you know, it's
Sure,
you
slick
can
it
fix
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can slick it back. And kill outfit. I think my everyday is usually like a sloppy outfit, but my face card can't decline.
There you go. Yeah.
I kind of feel the same. Like, I don't know. To me, there's like nothing more kind of like glamorous in a weird way of being like baggy sweats and a full beat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's like one of my favorite looks for sure.
Yeah.
Are you an early morning person or night owl?
Definitely a night owl. I can be productive in the morning, but I think at night when everyone's off Slack and no one's messaging me anymore is when I can usually have time to sit with my thoughts. And that's when I come up with good ideas, either for content or products. And that's when I write everything down. So yeah, night owl, I think.
What's the last thing you do before you go to bed?
Diffuser on. I write down everything I'm going to do the next day. So I'm like emptying my brain. Do you use white flower oil? Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's like a Cantonese oil. You know, the grandmas like to use
Yes,
it. Like,
yeah.
on their shoulder.
like the green.
Banfao.
Yeah, I know that is.
Yeah. I put that on my shoulders and my neck before bed. And then, sleep mask
So-
on.
What is this oil?
You remember what Tiger Balm is? It's a little
Yeah,
similar
It's kind
to
of like
that.
Tiger Balm.
Yeah. It's like for like sore muscles and joints. Like after dance competitions when I was a kid, my mom would rub that on my legs. And, yeah.
Okay. I use one. It's like a Filipino brand. Because like Simpang oil, it's like orange, but it's like a
Okay.
similar Tiger Balm.
Yeah. Every Asian culture has their own version
Exactly.
of that oil. You use it whether it's a cold or a sore throat or whatever.
Everything. You're sick, we use this.
White
Yeah.
people have something like that.
Oh, really?
It's called Vicks.
Oh, yes. You're right. Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah, Vicks.
There we go.
Yeah.
What about desert island beauty product that's not your own?
I think a brow pencil. And I would choose the Fenty Brow MVP because it has like a blender spoolie. And with a brow pencil, you can actually do so much. You can do your brows, you can do your eyeliner, you can smudge it out as an eyeshadow. And if you really try, you can also smudge it out as a nose contour or lip liner. So
Multi-purpose. I
Yeah.
like
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And our last question is, what is some advice you would give to your younger self?
man, that's hard. I would just tell her to stop worrying so much. I think it's really hard in the beginning when you don't clearly see how you're going to get to your goal. You're putting all this effort in, but you don't know if you're ever going to get there. That's when it's really hard because you feel like you're running towards nothing. But just keep going, stop worrying, and the path will become clearer over time, and just trust the process.
I love that. Thanks, Sarah. This was so much fun.
Thank you. You guys made it so easy.
Yay! That was really fun,
So
honestly.
Yeah.